Tag 5 again.
Betty? Elizabeth? Is that you?
Es poltert wieder im Haus.
Are you upstairs?
Es ist bestimmt nicht Betty. Wie greift er das endlich? Die Dinge im Kopf.
Betty? Betty! Are you in there? Open the door! I'm coming in! Stand away from the door!
Warum sollte sie jetzt da sein? Das ist so geil. Ja. Das war Betty.
Betty? No. No, 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 no. Oh. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I thought it was you, Betty. But who? Anna.
Das ist die Kranke, ne?
It's from Johann, addressed to his wife.
Schreibkunst aus und erkennt mit den Zetteln geschriebenen Strich und etliche Fehler.
Did you notice the handwriting, Betty? He was clearly distraught. Knock, ere knock. Enough is enough. After decades of strife, I pray that God will... Tilly, forgive me. I am tired of secrets. For 20 years I've kept my silence about our discovery, but my silence has only led to misfortune, and my cowardice has only led to death. I will make Frederick pay for what he has done to us, for what they have done to our Ruth. When it is over, I will let the ocean take me to you and Ruth. May God forgive me. Anna was already dead when he wrote this. He had no one else to confess to. What now, Betty? Johann went to confront his brother, probably at Frederick's farm. And then?
Dann ging's rund. Dann ging's rund.
You said this was a gift from another unlucky suitor. It was precious to you. You wouldn't have left it here unless... A signpost. A breadcrumb.
Natürlich.
You followed Johann to Frederick Fretland's farm, and then to the mine. You wouldn't let this go, Betty. You'd follow your story to the end. All the way to the end. So where is Frederick's farm? The gate. Frederick's warning. The path leads to his farm.
Schneit's jetzt hier? Wahrscheinlich, ne? Oh, es wird Winter. Es ist ja Oktober in Norwegen. Oh, da kann schon mal ein bisschen schneien. Auf jeden Fall wieder wenig sehen. Also die Brücke huschen und zum Zaun. Die jetzt wird Lizzie recht.
What led you to this place?
Wir gehen über den Zaun.
All these fragments. You would piece them together into a story, wouldn't you, Betty? So, what do we know? Johann and Frederick are partners, and on good terms. Something happens in the mine. Disagreements lead to a falling out. And at the end of it all, 20 years later, Johann walks this path to confront Frederick. Was this your doing, Johann? Did you burn your brother's farm to the ground? And where were you, Betty? Did you witness their fall?
Da finden wir das letzte Puzzlestück. Vielleicht. Die Kleinhäuschen jeder natürlich nicht. Eine Scheune. Der ist auch sehr duster. Zwei Gräber. Simon Fredland.
Simon's grave. Born December 5th, 1909, died September 17th, 1923. The safe. Frederick would choose numbers that meant something to him. Why bury Simon here and not at the cemetery? If the village blamed him for Ruth's death, I could really use your imagination, Betty. You'd figured this out in no time.
Tja, der durfte nicht auf dem Friedhof. Also warum soll denn der Freund die umgebracht haben? Das ist doch wieder nur Gerede. Margaret Fredland. 9. Da geht's dann zur Mine. Da ist noch zu. Ich dachte, da wäre was aufgeploppt. Auf jeden Fall die Schienen, die weiter Richtung Mine führen, aber ihr müsst erstmal den Safe aufmachen. Ist nicht mehr so ganz fit, er läuft nicht mehr.
What do you reckon, Betty?
Margaret, nachdem wie alt der Safe war. Okay,
Let's
das war
try
nicht.
Simon's birthday.
Ah. Ein Armband?
Another Viking artifact, Betty. Most likely from the same treasure Ruth found. Postmarked in Boston. That's a curious coincidence. Dear Frederick, I hope this letter, it's in English, Betty. Hope this letter finds you and the boy in good health. We're concerned about you both. No word from you for almost 2 years now. All of us still heartbroken about Margaret's passing. We know things have been difficult for you and Simon. Mr. Fretland. We expect you to take care of this problem. If the discovery is made public, the authorities will intervene and the mine will be shut down. Should this happen, we will consider it a breach of our contract, and we will withdraw our investment. You and your brother will be responsible for all debts and losses. Johann must be convinced to wall up the chamber. We have already dealt with the worker who made the discovery.
Mhm. Ja.
The Fretland Mining Company.
Da wurde wohl was
This must
entdeckt,
be for that bloodshed.
weswegen man nicht weiterbauen hätte dürfen oder so, weiterschürfen, ne?
You
Dann
went
wurde
to
das
the
zu
mine.
heiß und er ist ausgestiegen.
I hope our guardian angel watched over you. All right, Betty. So what happens next in your story? Johann and Frederick discover something in the mine. A cave or chamber of archaeological value. They argue about what to do. The discovery is made public. It's the end of their enterprise. Johann is convinced or paid to walk away. Their secret stays hidden. Then, a few months later, the accident. 3 men die. The investors pull out. The mine shuts down. Frederick's up to his neck in debt.
Ja. Das war nämlich Vertuschung, Gier, das Übliche. Ruth hat das alles wieder entdeckt. Musste deshalb auch nochmal sterben. Das heißt nochmal.
And then, Ruth stumbles across the secret in the mine. After all this time, the truth may finally come to light, but she dies. And the day after, Simon is murdered. So, 20 years pass. The Fretland feud tears the village apart, setting neighbor against neighbor.
Oh, ähnlich, okay. Sie werden doch sonst sehr
It's a
vorsichtig.
catalyst. Old grievances resurface. No matter who you stand with, you're a traitor. Things escalate. More people die. From disease, despair, suicides, murder. All because of the mine. Because of what they found there. And what they covered up. There was no one to stop it, Betty. They were alone. That's the real curse of Grovik. Isolation.
Tja, hier ist Ende. Genau, das ist der wahre Fluch.
This place is cursed. Ridiculous.
Da ist die Puppe.
Ruth was here the day she fell.
Sie hat sich gewehrt. Suche ich nach etwas, das jetzt hier war? Was suche ich in dem verdammten Loch? Wahrheit, der ich noch nicht auf der Spur.
Something spooked her, and then
Ja.
she ran all the way to the cliff where... Do you know what happened, Betty? Did you witness it?
Ich glaube, wir müssen in die Mine. Aber wir bräuchten ein Licht.
Hello? Betty, are you in there?
Ja,
Please answer me.
Betty haust seit Tagen, seit Wochen in dieser Mine, weil es hier so gut riecht. Wer will nicht hier wohnen? Ist doch sehr kuschelig. Geht mir ein bisschen auf den Geist, der Typ. Da ist noch ein Artefakt. Ah ja, guck mal, da ist die Kammer. Wurde zugemauert.
Oh, Betty. This is Mother's brooch. You always wore this. You wouldn't take it off unless... You left it here for a reason. What am I not seeing?
Da passt er ja wohl nicht durch. Oh. Der Flug. Das war schnell. Mir gibt ihr Geheimnis nicht preis. Oh. Ja. Betty ist auf jeden Fall nicht.
Edward! Edward!
Betty? Elizabeth? Is that you?
Edward? Where are you?
I'm on my way, Betty. Wait for me.
Jetzt muss ich mal. Betty! Ah, die
Stay where you
entfernt
are.
sich.
I'm coming.
Die lockt mich.
Edward! Where are you?
I'm on my way.
Oh, das ist doch nur in deinem Kopf.
Edward, please! Hurry!
I'm coming, Betty.
Edward!
I'm almost there.
Wir jagen einem Hirngespinst nach hier. Deshalb bekommt er es auch nicht. Ach,
Edward!
sie entfernt sich weiter. Ich kann nicht schneller.
Edward?
Just stay put.
Der anstrengt sich jetzt sehr. Ist beim Haus.
Edward!
Sie ist im Haus.
Oh, Edward! Hurry!
I'm coming.
Edward, is that you? I'm in here.
Oh nein, die
Thank God. Thank God.
Puppe ruft.
Elizabeth, there you are. Finally. You have no idea how long I've been looking for you. You had me so worried.
Sie hat sie gefunden. Das ist Betty, erkennst du die Schreie? Sie gefunden?
Look. Your brooch. Mother's brooch. You must have lost it at the mine. Let me put it on for you, Betty. I wouldn't want you to lose it again.
Betty.
She's been dead for 30 years, Edward. Elizabeth was never here. But we didn't come for her. We came for Johann, and Anna, and Frederick, and Simon, and Ruth. We're here to tell their stories.
No. Elizabeth. She's here.
You know Betty died when she was a baby. She drowned in the pond. And you found her. You were just 11. You carried her to your mother. And your mother...
She hated you for that.
She could never forgive you for bringing her baby to her. And you could never forgive yourself for what she did after. You always forget this. Because you don't want to be alone. So you bring Betty back. Again and again. To New York. To Boston. To the house. But always just out of reach. Never quite there. The scent of her. The echo of her. But never really her. All it does is make you lonelier. But the thing is, Edward, you're never alone.
You have us.
And you'll always have us. Betty's... She was never there for you. She couldn't be. You can't lose us. We're a part of you.
Forever. And ever. And ever.
But you need to let Betty go now. There's not room for all of us in there.
I couldn't save you, Elizabeth. I'm so sorry.
Greta Grainer.
It is as painful to wake from a vision as it is to be born anew.
Ja, kann er nicht mit dem Schmerz leben. Und seine Mutter hat sich dann umgebracht. Ja, schwierig. Oh. Tag 6. Wer hat das Boot losgemacht? Er selber? Wahrscheinlich. Er hat es absichtlich nicht festgebunden.
Goodbye, Betty.
Tschüss. Wir fahren jetzt nach Hause.
Betty Bear? Are you up? Come outside.
It's a beautiful day. Had your noodle juice yet?
I might be weaned off the stuff.
Boo. Don't lose your taste for tea, old fruit. It keeps you human.
Weiterhin
We have
begleiten uns.
unfinished business.
We do?
The final piece of the puzzle.
Ruth.
Come on. Let's go back to where it started. We have an appointment with a ghost.
Sie ist ganz fest und sie ist da. Es ist wieder Platz für sie in unseren Gedanken.
Such an amazing view,
Bis
isn't
Betty
it?
wieder auftaucht.
And the air. Ah. Boy, that sure is something.
What did you want to show me?
Come sit down.
Ich kann nicht.
Why did we come here, Teddy?
To Grovik? Well,
Gespenster, aber sie hat immer noch...
Some places have gravity.
What are you saying? Gravewick's gravity pulled us across the Atlantic Ocean?
Grovik. No, I'm not saying that. That's irrational.
But you believe it, don't you? That we were summoned to tell their story.
Was wäre, wenn die Antwort simpel und logisch ist? Eine aufgeschnappte Unterhaltung am öffentlichen Ort, ein Name, der sich im Unterbewusstsein eingenistet
A
hat.
letter to Frederick.
The one you found in his safe. From Boston.
I may have overheard a conversation somewhere, paid it no attention, but the name stuck. And Betty... And I spun a story around it that put us on this path.
Do you really believe that? I mean, how often are you around people?
Elisabeth mag ein Gespenst sein, aber sie hat mich noch immer im
To
Griff.
find my sister.
But Betty's not. She was never here. It doesn't make sense.
I'm a man of science. I don't know what to believe.
And yet, here we are. All three of us.
Is this what you wanted to show me?
I wanted to be close to her. Do you believe in ghosts, Edward?
You know I don't.
Well, you've been chasing one for years.
That's different.
What about me? Us.
You're not ghosts, you're alive.
Fair enough. So what really happened to Ruth?
Mord.
She was probably murdered.
By Simon?
Nein.
No. I don't believe it was Simon.
Then who? Frederick? The hanged man? Someone else?
Does it matter?
Maybe not. So she ran from the mine. And she came here. And then someone pushed her? If only she had wings. Like a bluebird. She could have soared away on autumn winds. But why was she killed?
Einmal muss man Schatz denken, die Dinge.
Because she was playing where she shouldn't.
The secret the Fretlands had kept for a generation. If people learn the truth, it might tear the community apart. So she was murdered, and the village was cursed. I hope she's at peace. And with God. Do you think that's where everyone's gone?
Nicht ans Jenseits erschauen die toten Augen seiner Mutter. Es hat die Schusswunde am Schädel seines Vaters und er wusste damals, dass der Himmel eine Lüge ist. Ich glaube, dass es nach dem Tod nur Dunkelheit gibt. Doch alles hat so merkwürdig, dass es sein mag. Einen Glauben.
Heaven? They're dead. I don't know what that means. Maybe there is more. I can't stop you from hoping. We'll never know what happened to everyone in Grovik.
We tried our best. We'll remember them. All of them. Maybe that will give them some peace in the afterlife. Could this be your book, Edward? The one you've been wanting to write? A story about people who are isolated, left behind by the world. You can give them all a proper ending, with no annoying loose threads. Edward, is that...
Our boat? But how?
Who cares? Let's catch it before it sets out on another adventure.
Yeah.
I don't understand how this can be.
I keep telling you, ghosts. Ghosts took the boat, ghosts brought it back.
It must have been the wind.
Whatever helps you sleep at night, teddy bear. Let's blouse, while the weather's still good.
I need my suitcase.
So get a wiggle on, old boy. I'm going to say my goodbyes to all the things. I don't think we'll be back. Meet you at the house.
My goodness. Righty-ho.
Einmal noch.
No rush. We have all day.
No rush. Okay. Wir joggen langsam. So ein schönes Dorf mit so einer dunklen Geschichte. Steht der Koffer, der steht hier unten irgendwo, ne?
Come on, Teddy. Pack your things. I'll meet you by the boat.
Do you never sit still?
Don't be a wet blanket. Let's make like the wind and get out of here.
Ich nehme diese Brosche mit, um an die Geschichte zu denken. Als Warnung, dass Betty nicht existiert. Nicht mehr wirklich existiert. Letzter Blick in den Spiegel, wir sehen toll aus. Packen. Tschüss, Mrs. Fredland. Ins Boot.
Come on, let's go. Row, Teddy, row.
Jetzt gar keine Ruder gesehen.
The water's still cold.
It's a fjord, Lissy, and it's almost winter.
There'll be snow when we get back to Hanover.
The house will be warm.
Are we going to be all right, Edward?
I think so.
Das war die Geschichte von gerade. Nicht von Betty, sondern von Gravik. Das war Draugen. Was jetzt Draugen hieß, weiß ich immer noch nicht. Was sind Draugen? Edward and Alice will return. Forever together. Dann bis zum nächsten Mal. Tschüss.